Okay, today we're looking at combination. Okay, this notation here, the f plus x, means that they want me to combine the two functions using what operation? Addition. So I'm simply going to add the two together by combining like terms. So x squared plus a negative 2x squared is negative x squared. 2x plus negative 1x, x, and 4 plus 3, 7. If that symbol means to add the two functions, then this symbol means to subtract. Now you got to be careful with subtraction. So if you're going to keep them stacked this way, you might want to put the subtraction in between both so that you remember to distribute that subtraction. Okay? I'm going to give you 30 seconds to attempt this one. All right, let's check your answer. 2x minus x. Negative 4 minus 3. Negative 7. Remember, it's minus all of g of x, not just the first term. Okay? Okay, what does this symbol mean? It means multiplication, and I have a binomial and a binomial, so what am I going to use that they hate us saying? The FOIL method, or double distribute. So, we're now at the multiplication one. So, you should be doing x plus 2 times 3x minus 1. X times 3x. X times negative 1. 2 times 3x. 6x. 2 times negative 1. Negative 2, which gives me 3x squared plus 5x minus 2. All right, we've actually, believe it or not, done part of this division one. There's an easier way to do it. So we have x squared minus 16 over x plus 4. You have two options, well, three options really. You can factor and cancel out matching factors, and whatever's left is your answer. You can use synthetic division, or you can use long division, because some of you I know like long division. Okay, but this is a division problem. Which way or which ways would you like me to show? All right, I'll do factoring and I'll do synthetic. All right, factoring. This becomes x plus 4 times x minus 4 over x plus 4. What cancels? So the answer to this would be x minus 4. Okay? Now, synthetic division. I'm not going to use positive 4. I'm going to use negative 4. 1, 0, negative 16. Why the 0? Because there is no x. Bring down the 1 times the negative 4 is positive 4. No, it's not. What am I doing? 0 minus 4 is negative 4. And then negative 4 times negative 4 is positive 16, which cancels this. So my answer is 1x minus 4, which is what I got before. Yes? So that's how to do it, factoring and synthetic division. Everyone good? So those are the basic operations. Okay? Moving on. No, not what I wanted. Okay, let's pause for a second. Okay, if you turn your paper over, we're going to talk about composition of functions. Notice, this is an open circle. Closed circle means multiply. Open circle means divide. So this really means f of g of x. F of g of x. Closed circle is multiply. Open circle is composition. It means take a function of a function. Take one function and plug it into the other. Okay? So to compose two functions means to take the output of one function and plug it into the other. Substitute into the other. Substitute into the other. It's the substitution of the other. It's the input of the other. Okay? All right. To do so, you have to start with the innermost parentheses. Okay? It's the input of the other. It's you're substituting it in. Okay? Wrong? Why did it do that? Okay. F of g does not always equal g of f. Okay? They don't always equal each other. Okay? X is just a placeholder, okay? So we're going to call it the input. So it walks through. If you look at your worksheet, let me move this out of the way. F of an input is equal to 2 times an input plus the 3x. In this case, my input is going to be g of x, which is x squared. So all right. I switched partway through the problem and decided to do g of f of x. So, g of f of x. What is f of x worth? What's f of x worth? 2x plus 3. Now, I'm going to plug that into the g equation. So, g of x was equal to x squared. But I'm going to replace this x with the 2x plus 3, which means I'm going to do 2x plus 3 squared. And I would use FOIL to get an answer. Okay, so why is the composition of functions so important? The reason is if f of g of x is the same as g of f of x, we say that they have one-to-one correspondence and they are inverses of each other. They would be the inverses. Okay? So this is another way to find inverse of a function. And we're going to practice some of those now. All right, now it's time to practice some of these compositions of functions. I have f of x is equal to negative 7x plus 8, and I have g of x is equal to 2x squared. I would like to know f of g of x, which means I'm going to substitute who for who. I'm going to put the g equation where? Where the x is in the f equation. So it's going to be negative 7 times 2x squared plus 8. Do you see what I did? I simply took this and plugged it in where I saw the x. What's negative 7 times 2x squared? Negative 14x squared plus 8. Good? You're on the quick practice. Oh, sorry. The quick practice on the back. Sorry. You found it? You found it now? Okay. So now I want to do f of g of 3. So this is a little more complicated. Let me erase. I want to do f of g of 3. So what's the very first thing I'm going to do? I'm going to solve for g of 3. So I'm going to plug 3 into the g of x equation. So that's going to be 2 times 3 squared. Yes? What's 3 squared? Times 2? 18. I'm then going to take the 18 and plug it in where? F. Okay? So that's going to be negative 7 times the 18 plus the 8. Question? Okay, so 56, carry the 5. Negative 126 plus 8, which equals a negative 118. Okay, you ready for a tricky one? All right, now we're going to do g of f of x. G of f of x, which means I'm going to do what? Can you explain what I'm going to be substituting? If I do g of f of x, I'm going to take this f of x and I'm going to plug it into the x of the g of x, okay? So that is 2 times what? Negative 7x plus 8 squared. So I need to take this here. Don't like that color, sorry. I need to take this here and I need to FOIL it. Okay? So for those of you that can't do the shortcut, you want to write it out. Negative 7x plus 8 times negative 7x plus 8. So 49x squared minus 56x minus 56x plus 64, which gives me 49x squared minus 112x plus 64. And what is left to do? Times all this by 2 because of this 2 outside, which is 98x squared minus 224x plus 128. Okay. There are 1, 2, 3, 4 problems below the problem I just did. I would like you to do those ones now, please. And your homework will be even simpler, okay?